Hey, Dr. Lynch here with number 3 of 10, I believe, the Dirty Genes series with you all. And hopefully I'm not interrupting your busy workday. And give me a thumbs up or your location if you hear me fine. Just, we'll give it a second here. Let people jump on. Guys hear me okay? I see a thumbs up from Brandon. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. GC, that's cool. That reminds me of the vitamin D transport protein, GC, which is highly expressed in some individuals. All right, Pamela, thank you. There they are. There's a slight delay between you guys leaving comments and gals than what I see here. You know, it's not perfect. God, it's pretty damn cool. Close, though. Hey, Stacy, good to see you. And Camille, good to see you. Hello. All right, so as promised, we have 2 new winners for the Dirty Genes course bundle. Is it you? Maybe. And remember, all you have to do to win is tag 3 friends who can learn, benefit from this information, share to your wall, and we'll take care of the rest. And leave a comment below. Look, I actually have a copy. The author has a copy of his own book. How about that? It took me a while. I had a copy when I went to the Schuldeis clinic to get my hernia fixed, and I gave it to my roommate there who was struggling with histamine intolerance. I said, here, take this book and read it. So I gave her the first ever copy of Dirty Genes I ever had. So I don't know, maybe she can sell it on eBay later and not get mugged or retire. Who knows? But yeah, she had histamine intolerance and she loved her wine. And I said, you know, there's a whole chapter on histamine intolerance in there. Why don't you try some of this? And she was super excited. She goes, I can't fall asleep at night. And I said, well, we'll try some of that. She came in the next day. I actually had some optimal sleep with me because, you know, post-surgery, you're not going to sleep very well. So I gave her a couple capsules and I said, I promise they're what I say they are. She came back the next day. She's like, so it's pretty cool. She slept, but I digress. We are talking glutathione, and I'm excited about this. MTHFR is, you know, obviously pretty key, but glutathione is, man, I don't know what's more important. What do you think is more important, MTHFR or glutathione? I think you're pretty much screwed without either one, frankly. But it takes 2. You need both, because without glutathione, your MTHFR isn't working, and without MTHFR, your glutathione is not working. So it's like the chicken or the egg. So Lori, hey, from Minnesota. I've never been there, and here your mosquitoes are big as bees. Well, no, not bees, birds. So, all right. Yeah, I love the cover. Let me explain the cover. What do you think that is? I can't do it backwards. I'm not that talented. But this swipe right here, why do you think this is black and that's blue? Right? What does that tell you? What do you think? Why did I do that? Do you think it's just kind of an eye catcher? No, there's a reason. Exactly, Sam, you nailed it. Swiping clean. Because honestly, that is how easy it is to clean your dirty genes. You just swipe it. If you do it daily. Now, if you've got your genes and you're just letting dirty dishes sit in the sink for a week, they're a pain in the ass to clean, right? But if you wash your dishes at the time they get dirty, or just the next day immediately, well, actually, at the time they get dirty, they're pretty easy to clean. So wash your dirty genes frequently. So let's see here. I've got some notes because there's a lot to this gene. So yeah, let's talk about why did I pick both here? Why did I combine GST and GPX? It's because they tango together. GST is glutathione transferase, and this gene, its job is to find chemicals and compounds in your body, bind to them, and transform them so you can pee them out. That's its job. So glutathione transferase's job is to bind to compounds, pull them out, like arsenic. Arsenic is one that glutathione transferase works with. Mercury is another one. So if your GST gene is dirty, then you get more and more dirty, and your arsenic levels and your mercury levels are also increasing, which is further dirtying your methylation and other things. So it's very, very important. GPX, what does it do? It helps get rid of hydrogen peroxide, which causes a number of issues when it's in high amounts, but it's beneficial in low amounts. You need some hydrogen peroxide, but not in vast amounts. So if you've done your genetics, I'm prepared today. It takes three times, right? So if you've done your genetics, right? So you can see here, GSTP1, that's the glutathione transferase gene. And then you have GPX here. That's your GPX gene. Now this individual, you can see all these reds and yellows and these greens here, right? This is my son. This is my middle boy, Matthew. Sorry, Matthew, I'm divulging your genetics to the world here. But his glutathione, his GPX gene, is minus. It looks pretty good, right? His GST gene, GSTP1, is also minus. So he has no SNPs there, right? So he was not born with a dirty glutathione set of genes, right? But does that mean he's fine? I mean, he's totally scot-free, he doesn't need any glutathione, doesn't need to worry about it? No, not at all. Because in order to make glutathione for your body, it's difficult. It's very, very hard to do. And I'll show you some of the biochemistry here in a second. But yeah, it's hard to do. So just because you're born with genes such as Matthew in his glutathione genes doesn't mean he's scot-free. Not at all. And that's the whole concept of dirty genes. You can be born dirty or you can get dirty. So the ways they can get dirty, a big one. So let's talk about the ways they can get dirty before I talk about how you clean them up, right? Really big one. You do it every day. You do it every day, all day, every single one of us. What did I just do? Oklahoma. Nice. You stole our Seattle Supersonics, you punk. I want them back. Just kidding. It wasn't your fault. Yes, Kina, you're right. Breathing. That is how your glutathione genes get dirty. We all breathe every single day, all night. If we don't, we're done. As you breathe, you're breathing in all sorts of chemicals in the environment. And those things that people spray to make their house clean or make their clothes smell clean, those are all full of aldehydes, which your glutathione genes have to work really hard in removing. So if you are sensitive to new car smell, dryer lint, or the dryer fragrance sheets, things that they put in there, or what else you got? Those spray fresheners or those trees that people hang in their cars, all those chemical sensitivities, those cause chemical sensitivities in people. That's your glutathione gene is dirty. So if you're super sensitive to smells when you breathe, that's a sign that your glutathione genes need some extra love, right? So, and talk to your neighbors, talk to your significant others, and get that crap out of your house. Don't buy those Christmas trees in your cars. And since when did clean have a smell, right? I mean, why can't clean just smell like fresh air outside when you're walking down the forest or going for a walk and you're experiencing nature, you're experiencing just the clean, crisp air. There's no real smell to clean air sometimes, right? I was just in the forest yesterday, but I could smell the leaves dying and degrading, which was kind of a cool smell. But I'd rather smell that than aldehydes and chemicals. So if you have those in your house, throw them away. You don't need to have things smelling like something to be clean. And your people who are coming to your home, if they clean it or you clean it, don't buy things with smells in it. If it's clean, it's clean. I don't have dust on my hands. My table doesn't smell anything. My table is actually made out of rock. Okay, so there's no smell to that. So breathing is a big one. What do you think is another big reason why your GST or your GPX genes can be dirty, your glutathione genes? How else do you think they can be dirty? Regardless of SNPs, like my kid. What's another one? You do it every day. I'll give you a hint. A lot of people do it all day long. Some people do it 3 times a day. The new thing is kind of 2 times a day. Food. Man, Kina, you're nailing it. Robin, water. That's a Food. Well, we'll hit food. Water is a really big one too. But food. if you are eating all day long, then your fasting insulin level, your serum insulin levels are higher, and that drives inflammation, and inflammation is going to be using up your glutathione. Sugar, carbohydrates, very, very high issues for using up your glutathione. Overeating, massive use of your glutathione. So I really want you to focus on not consuming too much food. I like the 80% rule. I talk about it in my book, Dirty Genes, right? 80% rule. What's that mean? When you eat your food, you chew really well, you stop when you're 80% full. You will get full. You will get full. Just don't force it. So 2 main things: keep your air clean as you can. Don't buy chemicals. If you have them, get rid of them. 2, don't overeat. Okay. So carbohydrates are a big one. And this whole ketogenic thing is booming. And, you know, there are some great things about ketogenic. I mean, for epileptic seizures, fantastic. I'm not keto. I have no desire to go keto. I have no desire to check my breath and stab my finger 3 times a day, check my glucose levels. I'm not that kind of monitoring guy. I'm lazy, right? I want to know how I'm feeling. And I use the Oura Ring, and because that's a lazy way to track how I'm doing. But the ketogenic lifestyle, you don't have to do that. You just need to watch what you eat. And I'm now 197 pounds. I was 213 just a couple months ago. And the reason for the weight loss? No, I didn't run like hell. I didn't exercise hard. I changed how I ate, what I ate, and basically just changed how I ate and the frequency of it. So I eat only 3 times a day, sometimes a snack, but I limit it. And I really watch my carb intake. You know, I probably still get 100, I probably get 100 grams of carbs in every day, but, you know, I'm guessing here, but I don't go hard. But if you eat too many carbs, you create a compound called methylglyoxal, something like that, and it uses up a lot of your glutathione. So watch your carbs. And if you crave carbs, that's the dirty MAOA. Okay? So if you've done the Dirty Genes quiz questions yet, the characters, and the dirty MAOA, it is carb craver, right? We have that. We'll discuss it. I don't want to get there today. So limit your food intake. You don't have to starve, but just limit your food intake. Stop snacking. Really, try to stop snacking. And tune in. Alessandro Freddi, a close friend of mine and a brilliant colleague, he said, tune in. Are you actually hungry, or are you craving something? Watching TV, typically those are cravings. You're not hungry, you're craving. So next time you think, God, I'm going to die, I got to eat. No, are you craving something? And if you're craving something, there's a trick which I'll tell you in an upcoming Facebook Live when we discuss MAOA. Not now. Oura Ring, thanks, Helen. Yeah, this is OURA. I just met the president the president of Oura Ring just at the last conference. Cool guy. And I'm a couple feet taller than him, but he's quite fit, dude. So next one. What is another big one for dirtying your glutathione genes? What do you think? What do you think another big one? We talked about breathing, air. We talked about food. What is another major one? Water, yeah. Filter your water. We'll keep that simple. Filter your water. What's another one? You come home from school. You come home from work. Your kids don't put away their clothes. They don't do their chores. Tammy, you got it. And this hit me yesterday, all right? I'll admit, I lost my cool. And my kids have chores to do. And they have a list to do their chores. And I'm seeing the recycle bin in the kitchen full. And it's full all damn day. They come home, they're on their phones, they're talking with their friends, they're doing whatever they're doing. Check your chore list? Yeah. You got some chores to do? Yeah. They sit there. Recycle's full. Yeah, I know, I'll get to it. It's been full all day. Yeah, I know, I'll get to it. Breathe. No, hint. I'm kind of telling you to do it now. All right, do it now. And he goes, why are you so crazy? I'll get to it. No, do your damn chores. So stress, it's a killer. So why is stress a killer? There are a number of reasons, but let's talk about neurotransmitters for a second. When you make your neurotransmitters in your brain, do they sit there all day? No. You spike them, then they have to be broken down. Okay? If you see a police car, or I go boo like that, and you just jumped, sorry if you spilled something, but if you freak out for a moment, you don't want to be freaked out all day, right? You want to be able to process those neurotransmitters out of your brain. And when you process these stress neurotransmitters, what gets released in some of them? Hydrogen peroxide. Yes. Ammonia. Yes. Aldehydes. Yeah. So no wonder stress increases your risk for any type of neurological disease or memory loss, because it's eating your brain. Hydrogen peroxide is eating your brain. Ammonia is releasing glutamate, which is eating your brain, causing you headaches and insomnia and being crazy. So yeah, you might have a GAD SNP on your genetic report. So what? So what? It's the stress. It's the neurotransmission. It's your brain on fire. You need to calm down and reduce the ammonia, reduce the hydrogen peroxide, support your glutathione, reduce the aldehydes. So we've talked about the basic fundamentals here. No rocket science. We talked about not eating too much. We talked about filtering your water. Talked about not putting crap in your air because it has to smell good in order to be clean. And we talked about moderating your stress. This isn't rocket science. But what's really cool about Dirty Genes concept is it gives you the tools to understand it on a genetic, cellular, biochemical level, so you understand why your body is responding the way it's responding. That's the cool thing. Okay. So let's look at some questions. Sleep, yeah. Helen, you're right. Sleep is a big one. Yeah, for sure. Joanne Heckman, careful read the Oura Ring, concerns regarding EMF. All right. I am using no Wi-Fi right now. I don't have Wi-Fi in my home. I'm not going to touch it because I'll disconnect this thing. But I have you know how anything Mac doesn't have the ability to hardwire to the internet? Well, I've got it hardwired to the internet. That's what I'm using right now. So am I an EMF guy? Yeah. My phone, there's no Wi-Fi on right now. Okay. There is no Wi-Fi. Okay. So I'm with you. Oura Ring, it uses Bluetooth. There's no Bluetooth on my phone right now. See that? There's no Bluetooth on my phone. So you don't have to have your Bluetooth on all the time. So I only turn on my Bluetooth to sync my Oura Ring for about 3 minutes a day. That's it. Okay. I wake up in the morning, I check how I slept. And it just says that update thing across the screen, and that's it. So let me show you this real quick. Can't show you my password because, you'll get my phone, right? So here's the Oura app. All right. See my activity? My activity sucks. I sit too much. I research too much for you guys. So 87%, not bad. My readiness score, pretty good. Okay. Let's look at my sleep last night. Yeah, I watched an episode of Narcos before bed. That's not really good. So my resting heart rate, lowest was 49. My deep sleep was pretty good last night. Okay. My sleep timing, admittedly not very good. Now, I had an hour of deep sleep last night. Now, you think that's pretty crappy. It's not. It's actually really good. And 3 hours of REM is pretty solid. And about 3.5 hours, 4 hours of light sleep, and about 2 hours of being awake. 2 hours of being awake is pretty bad. But that's because I should have got my ass up in the morning. And you can see that right there. Those gray lines towards the beginning of the morning. Over here, I think. I can't tell. Yeah, I should have gotten up, but I didn't. I worked from bed. So that's the Oura Ring in general. No, it doesn't emit a ton of EMF. Not at all. Not at all. So thoughts on Fitbits? All right, I'm going to keep it legit here. I'm not a fan. I'll just say that I'm not a fan of Fitbit. I'm not a fan of Fitbit. I like Oura Ring. And no, I don't financially benefit. There is a coupon in the back of my book for Oura Ring. and then you save $40, I do receive a small kickback. I reduced my kickback and increased your discount. I don't know what that is right now. So your glutathione gene, what does it need in order to work, right? Your glutathione gene, in order for it to work, needs a number of things. So in order to use your glutathione that your body makes, let's say your body made your glutathione, okay? Let's say it did it and your genes are working just fine. You need selenium. If you don't get adequate selenium, your glutathione peroxidase gene is not gonna work. It gets stuck, okay? It's like you have gas in your car, but you need to have the starter also working, and you need to turn the ignition to fire it and get it going, right? You need all these working pieces. If you don't have selenium, your glutathione gene isn't gonna work, your GPX. Now your GST gene, that doesn't really have a necessary mineral cofactor, but it's tricky, right? And I don't know the cofactor for that one. I don't think there is one. I think it just does it itself. Now, once you use your glutathione, it's damaged, okay? You breathe in oxygen. You breathe out, oxygen's pretty much gone, right? Your lungs stole it all. What do you breathe out? You breathe out carbon dioxide. So when you use your glutathione is now damaged, and it's in your body. It's in you. What do you need to recycle your glutathione that's damaged back? You need vitamin B2, riboflavin, the same cofactor as your MTHFR gene. Yes, the same enzyme or the same vitamin as your MTHFR gene, riboflavin. And what common condition? Let's see how many get this. What common condition makes your riboflavin inactive, not working very well? Let's see who's got this. We talked about this from the MTHFR Facebook Live last Thursday, we did. Which major condition? Super common. You can take riboflavin supplements all day. You can eat riboflavin all day. But this condition will not activate your riboflavin. Thyroid. Nailed it. You guys are awesome. Well done. Lori, Stacy, you're right. So yeah, if you're hypothyroid, if your T4, T3 levels are lower than they should be, then your riboflavin being active is all lower than it should be. Thus, as a result, your glutathione is more damaged, and your MTHFR gene isn't working very well. And your thyroid, ever heard of the thyroid peroxidase? TPO, thyroid peroxidase? TPO antibodies? Peroxidase, what's that do? Peroxide ace, peroxide chewer, user upper, gets rid of it. What does that? Glutathione. If your TPO antibodies are high, your thyroid peroxidase levels are high, you're producing a lot of hydrogen peroxide in your thyroid, and you're damaging your thyroid. Is your thyroid sensitive to environmental chemicals? Yes. Does your thyroid need a lot of glutathione? Yes. All right? See, it's all connected. All connected. It's a beautiful thing. So just because my son's GST and GPX genes are fine, according to the strategy report, doesn't mean he's fine, because real life gets in the way. He's breathing, he's eating, he's drinking, he's running. Oh, exercise. Exercise. Okay. Where to start? I love exercise. I love it. I competed at a collegiate level at the University of Washington. I was a rower. Who's read Boys in the Boat, right? Fantastic book. 1936 crew team from University of Washington represented the United States of America in the Olympics in Berlin against Germany, against Hitler, and we won the damn thing. Go Huskies. Now, rowing or any sport at high level is very, very hard on the body. If you are exercising when you're too tired, or if you are overtraining, you are doing yourself a disservice. Exercise is stress on the body. It's good stress when it's done right. It's good stress because a little bit of stress stimulates repair. It stimulates muscle growth. It stimulates mitochondria getting more and more produced, right? You get more and more mitochondria so you can lose weight at night, right? I mean, that's pretty cool. Falling asleep and burning energy at night. That's pretty neat deal. So, but if you overtrain, you are producing massive amounts of hydrogen peroxide, superoxide, and other radicals. And then what happens the next day, the next 3 days, the next week? Post-workout soreness. You're fatigued. And if you have chronic fatigue syndrome and you walk up a flight of stairs and you're absolutely exhausted for another week, you're spent. Your mitochondria are taxed. They're not doing well. Your glutathione is really, really dirty. So if you're exercising and you have prolonged workout soreness or muscle soreness, or you can't work out the next day, your glutathione genes are dirty. They need some serious support. So tone it down. No, you don't have to exercise every day. Yeah, my Oura ring shows you that my activity level is at 61%. Yeah, I need to work on that. But, you know, I'm not overtraining. I know the harms of overtraining. So exercise to get some benefit, but not too hard. Short summary of exercise. Exercise when you feel good. And that's where the Oura ring comes into play. Let me show you again here. That's what readiness means. My readiness is off the charts. It's at 93%. That means I'm really ready to go. I'm fit. I'm healthy. Okay? That's what it's saying. So it's telling me to get outside and go exercise. Now, if my readiness score was 60, my Oura ring would tell me, you know, you shouldn't go out and exercise today, or you should just be mellow and chill. And you should do the same thing. That's why I love the Oura ring, because it monitors and it tells me, and it gives me an excuse not to train too hard. So glutathione getting dirty, we talked about what? Air, food, water, environment, chemicals everywhere. We didn't talk about that, but yeah, chemicals everywhere. Training, overtraining, and stress. Okay, those are big ones. Let's talk about methylation for a second. This is a big one. I've got a poster over there, but let me show you this. All right. I suck at this backwards stuff. All right, see homocysteine? Okay, here's your, so weird to go backwards. Here's your homocysteine, okay? There's the MTR gene, right? Homocysteine we think is bad, right? If your homocysteine gets high, we think, okay, we need to supplement with B12 and folate. But look at this. Look at that, H2O2. Purple, hydrogen peroxide. What gets rid of that? Glutathione. What does it do? It slows this gene right here, MTR. So if your homocysteine is elevated and you're taking your methylcobalamin and you're taking your methylfolate, which also goes through the same gene, and your homocysteine is still high, it's not budging, then you could have all sorts of blocks right here. And these blocks are things which are dirtying the gene. Look at all these purple. That's all dirt. That's all dirt. That's yeast overgrowth, nitric oxide, lead, mercury, hydrogen peroxide, alcohol breaks down acetaldehyde, nitrous oxide you get from the dentist or surgery. Inflammation is TNF alpha. There's alcohol, cadmium, aluminum, copper, right? And hydrogen peroxide, which your body generates, which you need your glutathione for. If your glutathione is too low, your methylation isn't working. Done. So when I said which one is more important, is it MTHFR or glutathione? It's a tag team. Look, your methylation stops, right? Doesn't stop because you'd be pretty much in trouble, but it slows significantly down. So your methylation stops, your homocysteine goes up if your hydrogen peroxides go up. And what happens? Now your homocysteine will make your glutathione. Did you know that your homocysteine contributes to producing your glutathione levels? Did you know that? I love biochemistry. So, homocysteine to the top, okay? Here's your glutathione right here. Look at that. Your homocysteine, everybody says homocysteine's bad. No, it's not. Homocysteine comes down here and it helps make your glutathione. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And here are those two genes we just talked about, GPX and GST. And this is my son's report. Sorry, Matthew. He's green, okay? He has no genetic problems. Remember I said he needed selenium? We all need selenium. See that green thing? There's selenium right there. Remember I said GPX job to get rid of hydrogen peroxide? There it is, right there. Turns it into water, okay? And then here's your GST. And remember I said that glutathione gets damaged? Well, there's your riboflavin right here to help recycle it back into good glutathione again, okay? That's the really cool thing about biochemistry, is once you understand it and you see it, like, oh, that's really cool. So what do you think would happen if your homocysteine is too low? Okay, what if your homocysteine, say, I don't know, a 4 or a 3? Is that good? Like, your doctor says, hey, good job, your homocysteine's fine, right? No. Why? Because your homocysteine is needed to make your glutathione, along with other things, okay? So you want your homocysteine around 6 or 7. So too low is a problem, too high is a problem. So if you're supplementing with something like, say, homocystex or homocystex plus or methylfolate or B12 or trimethylglycine or whatever, and you're trying to knock your homocysteine levels down and they ain't budging, then you got some dirty genes there, and I would seriously lean towards liposomal glutathione, okay? I would seriously lean towards that. So before I answer some questions, I'll remind you that you have an opportunity to win this, but the corrected proof. This is full of spelling errors and grammar issues. I'm not going to give you that. This is a dirty genes. This is a dirty copy of Dirty Genes. So you're not getting this one. You'll get a clean one. So you'll get a free copy of this, and you'll get my Dirty Genes course, which talks about in-depth air, food, water, the environment, mindset. That's pretty important, right? Mindset. And you will also get a where to start course about what is genetics, why do I need to care, right? So you'll learn that. What do you need to do? You need to like this, you need to share it to your wall, and you need to tag 3 friends. That's it. And we picked 2 winners. Let's pick a winner right now. So for last time, we discussed the MTHFR. Drum roll, please. Got to check my text here from Rose. Facebook Live winners for the Dirty Genes course bundle are, because we give 2, Margaret Elaine Sparkles Spears. And Rose said, yes, that's her name. That's a beautiful name. Margaret Elaine Sparkles Spears, it's for you. You get one. And Barb Morris, you both have won the Dirty Genes course bundle. Congratulations. So if you want to win one, enter to win, thumbs up, share it, tag 3 friends, and thank you for your support. So before I get into some more stuff about glutathione, I hope this is helping you. Is it helping you? Yeah? Give me some thumbs up if this is helping you. And if you love it a lot, let's see some hearts or whatever is out there, or whatever you think. So, because, my ultimate goal is to make this understandable, applicable, practical for you, right? That's why we're doing these things. All right, awesome. Is N-acetylcysteine okay? Carolyn, you ask a lot of questions. I love it though. I love it when people ask questions. Is NAC okay? It depends, like a lot of things. But NAC, right here, I call this the, not to be insulting, right? I'm not going to be insulting here. But NAC, I call it the poor man's glutathione. And I call it the poor man's glutathione is because it's not all you need to make a glutathione. And it's pretty cheap. So if you want to not risk spending too much money on glutathione, then yeah, you can try N-acetylcysteine, but it's not all you need. Glutathione is a tripeptide. You need glycine, you need, hopefully I don't screw this up, you need glycine, cysteine, and glutamate, 3 amino acids. But you also need vitamin B6, you also need your homocysteine, and you also, well, homocysteine help makes those things, and you need your, selenium and so on, okay? So it's not easy to make. So, and mold, yes, mold slows your production and synthesis of your glutathione. What a bad deal. That is researched. And I don't know if I have it on. Yeah, I do right here. Right there. You see that? Glutathione GCL gene. This helps make your glutamylcysteine, which is a precursor to your glutathione. See that? What do you see there? Mycotoxins. So mycotoxins, geez, I'm blind. Yeah, mycotoxins right there helps prevent your production. It basically slows your production of glutathione. So mold exposure is a big, big deal. Please look for mold. I have an entire appendix here. I'll show you. Appendix C, mold and indoor air quality testing. Okay, so I give you associations to call, and because mold is a big one. So I'm calling mold out in the book Dirty Genes for you. And we have a whole appendix as well on lab testing. So we're talking about GPX and GST. These are all different labs that I recommend and why for glutathione in Dirty Genes, okay? So every chapter is a gene, and we're discussing them as well. So you can take this book to your doctor and say, Doc, look, I took this quiz that Dr. Lynch made in the book. I flunked it. I'm sensitive to smells, got mold in my house. Can you run these tests for me, right? If they say no, Dr. Lynch is a quack, then, move on and find a different doctor. So it's all right. So N-acetylcysteine, yeah, it's okay. But if you don't do well from it, stop it. Okay, cysteine can be inflammatory in people. Helen, Dirty Genes course is great. Fantastic. I love it. Good. Camille, if I'm taking trimethylglycine, do I need to take glutathione? I don't know. I can't tell from that. That's the type of question I can't answer. But what I will show you here is your trimethylglycine is betaine. So that is your homocysteine, help transform your homocysteine into methionine. So that's betaine, that's TMG. So they're two different animals. It's like, oh, I almost spilled my water. It's like saying, can I have an omelet, or should I have, that's a bad example. They're just different, okay? I'm like, screw the analogy. They're different. So you might need both. If your homocysteine isn't budging and you're taking TMG and you feel good from TMG, but it's not lowering, yeah, you might need glutathione. You might need methylfolate. You might need methylcobalamin. You might need vitamin B6. I'm not sure, but they do two different things. GSTT1 gene deletion. Zoe, if I'm pronouncing your name right, apologies if not. GSTT1 deletion, what this does is it kind of messes up the ability for glutathione to bind to certain things and to pull it out and to have you pee it out, okay? So, excuse me, if you have a GSTT1 deletion, which is a glutathione transferase gene deletion, the number one thing that you should do, and all of us actually, regardless if we have a glutathione deletion or not, all of us across the board, and I talk about this in my bonus chapter, ABCs of Clean Genes, it's the letter A. What do you think A stands for? Avoid, avoidance. That's the number one thing you should do. If you avoid chemicals, you avoid stress, you avoid crappy food, then you don't need your glutathione working double time, triple time, right? So avoid the chemicals as much as you can. Now, that's easy to say, hard to do. We all have chemicals in our bodies, but what you also need to do is sauna, sweat. So our skin is a very valuable detoxification organ. It is an organ. Our skin is a massive detoxification organ. We get zits and pimples and acne if our livers are dirty. So if your liver is dirty, there's a couple things that are going to happen. One, you're going to get zits and acne, maybe not on your face, maybe back or somewhere. You're also going to have your armpit stink. Sorry. But yeah, so if you're pitting out and you're stressed out and you stink, that's a sign that glutathione is needing some support too. So I don't use deodorant, and if I start smelling, then I know I'm more toxic than I should be. And that can also be from too much protein, not sleeping right, stress, what have you, multiple reasons. But a healthy person should not need deodorant. You shouldn't need deodorant. I love sauna. I love sweating. It doesn't have to be sauna. You can sweat any way possible. So those are the very, very good ways to support your glutathione genes. I used N-acetylcysteine. It felt more relaxed, but it would not let me sleep at night, wide awake all night. That's interesting. There's a lot of use of N-acetylcysteine in the integrative medical fields about using it for people with manic attacks and all that. I think it really depends on the person. We can't just say give NAC for anyone who is stressed out or freaked out, because if they're, I don't want to lose you guys too much, but you just have to be careful. Okay, you just have to be careful. So if you feel great from it, good deal. But if you can't, if you're wide awake all night, then I would consider, one, using it in the morning, and two, I would consider molybdenum. Try saying that 10 times fast. Molybdenum is MOLYBDENUM. It's right there. See that? Molybdenum. Okay. MOLYBDENUM. So what does this do? This breaks down sulfites. And cysteine can make sulfites. And sulfites can stimulate, not stimulate, but kind of help prevent your glutamate from getting released, well, getting broken down. See, I'm trying to keep it simple, but I'm making it more complicated. Sorry. So if you feel more stimulated or you feel worse from NAC, one, stop, and two, take a supplement called molybdenum to break that stuff out and get it out. Okay, you can find it in 25 microgram doses. And remember when I said that glutathione you need your selenium and you need your riboflavin to recycle it back. Now, a lot of people will take glutathione. So I've been making glutathione liposomal form for years. Okay, Seeking Health is my company, disclosure. I'm a big fan of liposomal glutathione. I'm not a big fan of reduced glutathione. Reduced glutathione in the supplement form in a pill, it probably acts locally in the gut. If it makes it past your stomach acid, there's some benefit to it locally, but systemically, I don't think it's very good. There's also acetylglutathione, S-acetylglutathione. There's a few research papers, but they're pretty old. I'm not convinced. If I was convinced, I would be making and selling S-acetylglutathione over liposomal glutathione. I'm not convinced, so I don't make it. So that's that. You can try it if you want. I'm just not sold on it. I think it's expensive for, it's not proving me anything. So good, trusty liposomal glutathione. And at Seeking Health starting tomorrow, I just called my team last minute. I said, you know what? Glutathione's expensive. So at seekinghealth.com, you can get liposomal glutathione, double rewards. So twice as rewards points, so you can get it, your rewards points faster and save quite a bit of money on your next purchase. So liposomal glutathione, that is what I like to use. But as I said, if you have issues with glutathione, or if you have issues with N-acetylcysteine or sulfur, that's why I made this, and it's still in its plastic because I haven't opened it yet. But this is liposomal glutathione plus. And the plus is this. It's the riboflavin, so you can recycle your glutathione. It's the selenium, so you can use your glutathione. It's your molybdenum, so you can get rid of the sulfites. And it is the glutathione, which is a glutathione product, and it's got some PQQ, which is a very, very good antioxidant. This sucker is very powerful. It's way more powerful than vitamin C, vitamin E, any of them out there. So it helps stabilize the glutathione. It also helps other pathways as well. But PQQ is amazing. I've talked about it before. It's what my wife uses all the time when she works out now, because if she doesn't, she has horrible post-workout soreness. So that's liposomal glutathione plus. So if you are taking a multivitamin already, and you're pretty tolerant to supplements, you can just probably give liposomal glutathione and go for it and be fine. So again, at seekinghealth.com, double rewards starting tomorrow. Renee, glad these videos are helpful for you. Is topical glutathione effective? I hear they can be. Glutathione creams, I hear they can be effective for some people. I think they'd have to be really, really sensitive. If you're that sensitive to glutathione, I would be questioning what's going on. I would suspect a selenium problem, sulfite problem, or riboflavin problem. So that's why I made the glutathione plus. So I really think if someone's that sensitive, it's not right, and the problem needs to be addressed rather than using a topical product, right? If using a topical product, yeah, it's okay, but that topical product is still going to get damaged, right? That glutathione is going to get used, and it's going to get stuck, and it's going to stay damaged. And then what nobody talks about is when your glutathione gets damaged, is a compound called glutathionylation. Well, it's not a compound, it's a process. But glutathionylation is the process in which damaged glutathione will start binding to things and damaging them, like your methylation cycle. So glutathione, you think is benefiting you, but if once it gets damaged, it glutathionylates things and it damages them. So that's not good. What is the downside of NAC? Sulfites is a big one. It's a mucolytic. So if you're taking NAC for a long period of time, you might notice your eyes are drier than usual, your sinuses, your nose is drier, your mouth is drier. You might notice more constipation because in your gut, you have a lot of mucous membranes. So it could actually make your gut wall drier and thus crack and leaky gut syndrome. So NAC is great in moderation. I think its pulsing is fantastic. But yeah, that can be a big issue for a lot of people. So dryness, dry mucous membranes is an issue. Let's see. I get headaches when I take glycine. Yeah, there's something to do with, I forget what the mechanism was, sorry, but I researched it. There's a problem there. Zoe, does CBS slow glutathione production? Let me show you this. So CBS is right here. Here's your homocysteine, right? So here's your homocysteine, here's your CBS gene, and there's your glutathione, okay? So my son does have a CBS variant right here. I almost said problem, but he doesn't have a problem. He has a variant. Now let's look at what CBS he has. My son's CBS, there's different types of CBS, okay? My son does have one copy of the C699 variant, okay? So that means his CBS gene is slightly faster. So his gene is slightly faster, so his ability to make glutathione from homocysteine is actually increased. But the majority of people who have CBS problems, the number one cause of familial, family, number one cause of familiar high homocysteine levels is the CBS gene being slowed down, okay? That's why I said, which CBS gene is it? And because we had to look. Because all these other CBS genes here, these all slow it down. So if it slows it down, then his ability to make glutathione will go down, yes. Does heavy metal toxicity affect your body's use of liposomal glutathione? Glutathione's job is to help bind and process heavy metals. That's its job. Heavy metals are reactive. They do cause stress on the body. They probably can, they will damage the glutathione once it's bound if it's not peed out. So yeah, heavy metals will affect your glutathione. It will also use it up. Heavy metals will definitely use up your glutathione, so you need to be taking more glutathione while you're detoxing or chelating your metals. But to what you can tolerate, for sure. Can a fast glutathione peroxidase help a homozygous GST? Kina, good question. Can someone with a faster glutathione peroxidase gene, means the glutathione peroxidase gene is working faster and it's getting rid of that hydrogen peroxide, can it help someone with a homozygous GST? They're two different animals. So they do, I mean, they do both use glutathione, but they do different functions. GST will bind heavy metals, and GPX will bind hydrogen peroxide. So they do different things. So I would say, there's multiple variations with that. So if your GPX gene is faster, it's using up more glutathione, potentially, not always, it's potentially. So if the GPX gene is working faster to neutralize the hydrogen peroxide into water, then your GST gene has less glutathione available to bind to the heavy metals. Make sense? So if your glutathione is busy being diverted over here quicker to get rid of the hydrogen peroxide, then I would say you're not going to have as much available to bind to the heavy metals. So I would actually say from that stance, it would actually be a hindrance to your glutathione transferase, and you might need more glutathione or more substrate for it. And a good substrate for homocysteine is protein. So make sure you're consuming enough protein, but not too much. What if your B6 level is too high? Oh, man, that question is asked a lot. There are genes which do affect your vitamin B6 levels. Your microbiome affects your B6 levels because your microbiome makes vitamin B6 as well. And zinc affects it. Gut health affects it. The thyroid affects it. There's a lot of things which affect B6. So it's a loaded thing. It'd take a number of things. Stacy, can you take too much glutathione? Yes, for sure. If I take glutathione too much, I will get tired. That's my reaction to it. If I take the right amount, I'm energized from it. I'll get clarity. I will see brighter. My vision will improve, and I'll be more energized. I mean, not like, ready to run a marathon, but my brain is clear, my eyes are clear, things are bright, and I can focus. If I take glutathione every day, I don't take glutathione every day. I take glutathione about, well, depends. I just had a bunch of Tylenol with acetaminophen from my surgery, and that wipes out your glutathione. Oh, medications. Medications really affect your glutathione. So if you're taking Tylenol, find something different, please. One dose of Tylenol depletes your glutathione. One dose of Tylenol depletes your glutathione. So find an alternative. Use ibuprofen, perhaps. Use curcumin. Find the reasons for your inflammation. I went for the Tylenol to beat my pain because the arnica wasn't working, and it wasn't strong enough, and I didn't want to take any stronger pain meds, so I used that. But it messed up my liver, and as I reported on Facebook, I was actually getting a tremor in my thumb. I was texting on my phone, and my thumb was spazzing. It wasn't an electrolyte deficiency. It was a legit tremor, and it's fixed now. I mean, my hands, yeah, okay, solid. I'm good. But my jeans got dirty from it, so I had to clean it up. So don't take Tylenol. Bernahu, can you make the images more clear? Yeah, sorry. Usually, Sean will be here for the, hey Sean, I saw you popped on. Sean works with us he's on the team to do all the videos and all that. And we sometimes have these things on the TV. So we'll try to make them more clear. What if you don't tolerate any form of B vitamins? We're getting a little bit out of the glutathione realm, but I would say microbiome. Microbiome is a mess. You got to fix the gut. John, thank you. Relevant question. I'm going to only do glutathione questions now. What about low gamma glutamyl transferase in the blood? I don't know about low GGT in the blood. I don't know if I have it on here. Let me look. I have it on this big poster over here. Yes, I do have it. Awesome. So, you see the glutathione right here, right? Here's your GGT gene right there, okay? And it makes that. So your GGT gene works with when your glutathione gets exported from the cell and it gets broken up, okay? So if your GGT is high, that means you have a lot of damaged glutathione, and your glutathione is needing to get recycled, regenerated more. There's something going on in your liver. So you would probably need to see what's going on in your liver, but also consume more glutathione, and things like riboflavin and selenium to help use it as well, and probably some molybdenum to prevent the sulfite buildup. So people who did take NAC or glutathione, it's probably the sulfite buildup which caused you to be more awake. So you got to bring those out with the molybdenum. But yeah, so I wouldn't worry about a low GGT. I could be wrong here, but I would think a low GT is okay. A high one is the problem. Does cleaning up genes always involve taking supplements, or should I try without only working on lifestyle, diet, sleep, and the environment? Inga, that's a very good question. No, it does not always involve supplements. And if you're in the Dirty Genes course, which I don't think you are based upon the type of question you just asked, the Dirty Genes course is all about air, food, water, the environment, and your mindset. And I do mention a few supplements that might be helpful, but no, cleaning up your genes is not all about taking supplements. In fact, all throughout this book, I tell you over and over, don't take supplements. All throughout this book, I tell you, don't take them. You do not take supplements here until you get the soak and scrub done, okay? The soak and scrub is the lifestyle changes. I don't want you taking any supplements, period, because if you're taking supplements, unless your doctor tells you to, right? Unless you absolutely know you have to have them. But the whole point of the soak and scrub is how good can you feel without any supplements? Because if your lifestyle sucks, you can't supplement yourself out of a sucky lifestyle. You can't supplement yourself out of a crappy food choices. You can't supplement yourself out of crappy sleep choices. You can't supplement yourself out of toxins all over your environment or mold all over your environment. You got to do the work. Health is a 4-letter word. W-O-R-K. Okay? Health is work. Every day you have to focus on cleaning up your genes with lifestyle changes and habits. Supplements are meant to just do that, to add or enhance. Go to Google, not now, but go to Google and define supplement. It means to add or enhance. That's what it is. Genetic testing isn't telling you what to do. It's telling you how to add or enhance your lifestyle. That's how genetic testing should be used. It shouldn't be, oh, I have an MTHFR gene, I need to take methylfolate. Bullshit, excuse me. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but I get amped. You don't run out and take a supplement based on SNP. If that was the case, our ancestors would have been dead a long time ago, and none of us would be here today. Okay, I like genetic testing for optimizing, and we'll wrap up with this point. Genetic testing tells us where we have increased susceptibilities. If you understand that your GPX gene or your GST gene are dirty, you're born dirty, and you are sensitive to chemicals in the environment, that's powerful. You're going to know that, your husband or your neighbor, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be sensitive. Your genes are different. Your environment's different. And if you are more susceptible to anxiety or stress or a type A personality, or you're lazy or you're a class clown, that's okay too. So genetic testing is to pinpoint your susceptibilities to help define and understand who you are as a person so you can tweak it and you maximize it. So Inga, that's a great question. It's really important to understand, no, this is not about supplementation. It's about lifestyle. And Dirty Genes is a lifestyle book, okay? I own a supplement company, yes. I own a supplement company because I want to add and enhance. Our tagline at Seeking Health is optimizing lives. Optimal, right? Names of our supplements are optimal. Why is everything called optimal? Because I want to optimize. And so you can't optimize anything if you don't have the lifestyle in check, the food in check, or the mindset in check, and the environment in check. You can't optimize it. You can just kind of keep it at the status quo. So again, I hope these are serving you. If they are, please give us a big like, a love, a tag, 3 friends, and a share and a comment below, and you'll be entered to win our Dirty Genes bundle, which is the Where to Start course, the Dirty Genes course, and a free copy of the Dirty Genes book. And if you're wondering what the heck this is, also, this is Strategene. This is a genetic report that uses your 23andMe raw data, and you run in through here and you get this report. And no, it doesn't tell you what supplements to take. No, it doesn't tell you how much to take. It gives you these diagrams so you can understand what's going on, and it tells you how your genes work, how your biochemistry works. It teaches you how to fish, okay? So, and again, our 2 winners from last week are, again, Margaret Elaine Sparkles Spears and Barb Morris have won the Dirty Genes bundle. So, love that you guys were here joining me today during the middle of the workday or the middle of the night. And I hope you do well with this information. Again, starting tomorrow, you'll get double rewards also off the liposomal glutathione at seekinghealth.com. So double rewards there. And yeah, I'm loving this book as well. It's shaping everything I do, and it's giving people the ability to understand that you don't need to supplement your way to health. It doesn't work. So with that in mind, go home. If you're not there already, clean up your environment. Clean up your air is #1 thing to do today. Go to sleep on time. Don't overeat, and keep the stress at bay to keep your glutathione at bay, okay? If you want to add or enhance, you can try some liposomal glutathione, but not until you do the basics. By eating until you're 80% full, try it. Eating 3 meals a day, not snacking constantly. Breathing, clean air, get an air purifier, or just toss chemicals out. They're everywhere, everywhere. And going to sleep on time, even if Narcos is playing or your favorite series. Shut it down. All right. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.